DeRozan sees an opening, drives, and one. DeRozan's got 27. DeMar jumper, good. He's got 29. DeRozan continues to shine. He's got 36. The jumper is good. He's got 40. DeRozan 17 of 23.
On that note, I have nothing else to say about the Pistons vs. Raptors game. Moving on. So many flames were sent to the NBA courts last night. Let's start with the big one. Anthony Davis, 50 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 steals. Granted, the New Orleans Pelicans still lost. Anthony Davis is unguardable. He's one of those players in the NBA who, when he has it going, there's just nothing you can do. You can try and double team, but he showed last night that he is willing and is more than capable of passing out of a double team. Speaking of them losing, Jusuf Nurkic, not Nikola Jokic, but Jusuf Nurkic, those two names are too freaking confusing. Jusuf Nurkic, Nikola Jokic, say that 10 times fast. Anyways, Jusuf Nurkic had a great game yesterday. I was expecting Nikola Jokic to be the guy that everyone's talking about in the Denver Nuggets so far, and I still think he will be, but Jusuf Nurkic also showed that he can ball out. So it was a great team effort by the Denver Nuggets to overcome Anthony Davis, 50 points and 16 rebounds. Anthony Davis is a monster. The only thing is the New Orleans Pelicans still don't have the talent to put around Anthony Davis. If you look at the box score, this becomes painfully obvious. Looking at the box score, you had Anthony Davis dropping 50, and you had Etuan Moore dropping 10, and Frazier dropping 15. But look at the box score. Yo, look at the freaking box score. No one else on that team was hooping. We have a lot of flames to talk about, so let's keep it moving. Next up, I want to talk about the Indiana Pacers as a whole. The team is pure flames, yo. Especially Myles Turner. Yo, I expected Myles Turner to have a good season this year, and he's already off to a better season than I thought he would have. Quite frankly, I didn't think he would be this good this year. I thought he would give you maybe like 15, 16, 17 points, you know, 9, 10, around 10 rebounds a game. To come out and drop 30 points and 16 rebounds and 4 blocks on opening night, first game of his second year in the NBA, is freaking amazing. 30 points, 16 rebounds, 4 blocks. What else is there to say? Then of course you have Paul George dropping his usual flames. You know, 25 points for Paul George. Jeff Teague was really good for the Pacers too. 20 points and 8 assists. Something else that was nice to see was Monta Ellis. Yo, Monta Ellis last year, he had an off year. It was good to see him get it going the first game of the season. Not like he had a huge game, but he was really efficient and scored 19 points, which is great. You don't need a high volume shooting from him. You just need a reliable, like, you know, 16 points a game, and then you're good. Dallas Mavericks, it was nice to see Harrison Barnes come in and show that he can produce. He didn't shoot a lot, but he was also very efficient. I think he's only shot like 12 to 15 times, somewhere in that range. He wound up with 19 points. So, you know, you're happy with that. You're happy seeing signs that Harrison Barnes could be worth the money the Dallas Mavericks paid for. By the way, Deron Williams almost looked like the player who was challenging Chris Paul for the best point guard of the NBA many years ago. Russell Westbrook almost got his triple-double. This is what everyone expected from Russell Westbrook, going out and dominating the game by himself. Granted, it was scary. The Thunder almost lost to the Sixers, but Russell Westbrook managed to get his team to win, and that's all that matters. 32 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. 1 assist short from a triple-double. We all know he's a superstar. That's what you're gonna get from him basically every night this season. That's why people expect him to win the MVP and all this other stuff. But it comes down to his team. If you look at his team, aka the reason they almost lost to Philly, you got some really good production off the bench from Enes Kanter. You got really good production off the bench from Enes Kanter. Steven Adams shipped in offensively. Victor Oladipo had an off night. He had a really bad night from the field. At the same time, you're not too worried about that because you know Victor Oladipo is a better player than that. So you're gonna need those guys, especially Steven Adams, Enes Kanter, and Victor Oladipo every single night to bring something to the table to help Westbrook. But you can't afford to have people on the Thunder having an off night here. Russell Westbrook is gonna give you everything he has. Everything he has every single night. Now you just need the other guys to do the same. And it's not like Victor Oladipo didn't try. It's not like he didn't go out there and try, but he just can't afford to have too many of these off nights because once they start playing teams that aren't the Philadelphia 76ers, they're gonna need more. They're gonna need more. It's just about where they're gonna get it from. From the Sixers, you like what you saw from Joel Embiid. In my mind, he's a bit too cocky. He's a bit bit too out there, especially for a rookie. So far, he does look like a good player, so he can back it up a little bit, but at the same time, he might need to push the brakes a bit, you know what I'm saying? Once he goes against someone like, you know, Andre Drummond or DeMarcus Cousins or someone else, they might take offense to him taunting and all this other stuff, because he seems like the type of player that will like to taunt you, and they might take offense, especially if he tries to taunt DeMarcus Cousins. He might just get his life ended. Like, that's real talk. He might get his life ended because we all know DeMarcus Cousins doesn't play that. Last major thing I want to talk about is point guard James Harden. Yo, actually point guard James Harden, because he is actually their starting point guard, because they do not start any other point guard, unlike the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo is basically their point guard. These guys can be handling the ball a lot, but Matthew Dellavedova is still technically their starting point guard, since he is a point guard that starts still. Speaking of which, Antetokounmpo had a great game last night. Milwaukee Bucks still don't have enough shooting. You know, Chris Middleton's injury really hurt them, so, you know, they don't have any shooting. But James Harden at point guard was really good. And I don't want to hear anyone blaming James Harden for the Houston Rockets losing last night. Yo, it was not James Harden's fault at all. The James Harden and Clint Capela pick and roll was working amazingly. That's something that Dwight Howard should have been doing his time in Houston. That's what Dwight Howard needs to do, but he was too stubborn to do it. James Harden, 34 points, 17 assists, and 8 rebounds. He almost had a triple-double too. 17 assists, granted 16 of those did come in the first half, but still, let's not nitpick. James Harden was the only reason the Rockets were in that game. James Harden is the Houston Rockets, yo. James Harden is the team. When James Harden is on the court, the Houston Rockets are an amazing team. Offensively, at least. Offensively, they're an amazing team. When James Harden comes off the court, that's when the Houston Rockets have a problem. No offense, no defense. They have nothing when James Harden is off the court. You cannot blame James Harden for them losing when he is the only reason they could possibly win is James Harden. That's the only reason they could possibly win. You can see that in the plus minus. Look at the plus minus, people. James Harden, when he was on the court last night, plus 10. Clint Capela, plus 6. So when that duo was in there, the Rockets were winning, yo. The Rockets were beasting. But as soon as they come off the court, they lose the game. That's why I think you can honestly expect James Harden to lead the league in minutes this year. James Harden and Clint Capela are gonna be up there in minutes played this year. Other than that, though, what else happened in the league? The Celtics beat the Nets, no surprise there. Isaiah Thomas went out there and did his thing like he always does. You know, Al Horford had a solid game. He didn't try and do too much. He just did what they needed to win, which is good. That's why you like Al Horford. Dion Waiters beat the Orlando Magic. We all know Dion Waiters equals GOAT. Charlotte beat Milwaukee. Like I said, Milwaukee just doesn't have the outside shooting with Chris Middleton gone. The Grizzlies beat the Wolves, and the Kings beat the Suns. Give Devin Booker more touches, Phoenix. 12 shots. He was 8 for 12, 18 points. The man shooting 8 for 12. Give the man more touches. That's about it for day 2. A lot of flames were set. I hope you guys are enjoying these daily recaps. I'm gonna do these every single day. Even like today and yesterday, I've still been sick, but I'm still determined to bring you guys daily recap every single day. The grind don't stop. If Kobe can tear his ACL and go make 2 free throws, I can make a video while I'm not feeling too great. So until tomorrow, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace!